climbed in through the window, I didn't think I would escape.
I was just frozen, helpless. Nothing I could do.
That property is a pretty remote property. It's several
I
acres.
could hear his footsteps, and they were getting closer. The evil in his eyes I'd never seen before.
Potential suspects were whittled down. This afternoon, I know there is an overwhelming amount of sadness. There is an overwhelming amount of pain, hurt, anger. There is an overwhelming amount of pain, hurt, anger, real raw emotion that not only the people out here are facing, but our entire community. But most importantly, Camille, affectionately known as Cupcake family, is facing right now. The short of that is our hearts are very heavy today. And today we stand here in memory of a 3-year-old, a girl who will never know the joy of graduation. She'll never know the joy of a sleepover with her friends. A little girl who will never get a chance to get her driver's license at the age of 16, or start a career, or most importantly, start her own family. A little innocent 3-year-old girl ripped from her family too soon, and whose absence, make no doubt about it, will leave a hole in all of our hearts. Camille McKinney, affectionately known as Cupcake. We will never forget her name. To Camille's parents, April, Dominique, her grandparents, what I call her little big brother, who's in elementary school himself. We understand that there are no words, there is nothing we can say that will fill the void by her absence. There is nothing we can do in this moment to heal their aching hearts. But I do ask of this one thing, for each of us standing here, to look at each other, look around. As members and residents of a city, as well as our friends and neighbors statewide and nationwide, we not only stand with this family and beside this family, but I think it's so important that we pray with this family in these troubled times. The way you are feeling right now is so unimaginable. But please know that as we stand here collectively as a community, that our hands are here to help lift that pressure. Our shoulders are here for you to lean on. Our arms are here to embrace each of you. You're not alone. I think we all know that this week is symbolic of a time of celebration in our city, but it's bittersweet. There's a spirit that seems to resonate in our streets during the time of this year, the last week of October. But what I want to remind each of you as I stand before you and speak to you is that there are lessons that Birmingham taught the world. Lessons about faith. Lessons about courage. Lessons about hope. And lessons about rising up in the face of evil. And so we all have a charge today. Birmingham, we are one family. And as a family, we must move as one. Teaching our young people the importance of valuing life. Speaking up when we have information that could help alleviate the pain of our neighbors. Putting the needs of others before self. And recognizing that every life is precious. Every single life is precious. So that no other family will endure the pain that Camille's family is enduring. And so in this moment, in this time, we pray for strength. We pray for comfort. We pray for answers. We pray for an end to this type of senseless violence that would rob and take away a family member and cause so much pain to not only this family, but to our entire community. Camille McKinney, affectionately known as Cupcake. It is so important that we say her name and hold it close to our hearts, because we're all Camille's family. With that, I am going to turn the program over to Councilor William Parker, who will bring some words on behalf of the entire City Council. He will be followed by Chief Patrick Smith, and then I will come back up to share with you the remaining of how we will proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, I would ask the other members of the Birmingham City Council just to flank the podium. I just want to say on behalf of the Birmingham City Council, we're truly hurting. We're hurting as a family, as a city. These are tough times, but as the mayor said, we're going to pull through it. But it takes all of us collectively working together to make sure that we support the family, not just during this period, but for years and years to come. It's a sad time, but better days are ahead for us. And I just simply want to thank law enforcement officials. I want to thank all of those community leaders, all the volunteers that have been working tirelessly to look for Cupcake. But better days are ahead. So on behalf of this Birmingham City Council, we want to embrace everyone, all the citizens here, and just want to embrace this family at this time. So thank you.
First, my heartfelt prayers and condolences are with the family of Camille McKinney. I can't imagine the pain of their loss, but I want them to know that we as a city, we stand with them. The Birmingham Police Department wanted nothing more than to bring her home safely without harm. And we worked endlessly to do that. While I commend every officer involved, I really wish there was something more that we could have done to bring this young child home. It is unfortunate we didn't have the opportunity to meet Camille. We didn't have a chance to see her smile or to see her run around the way a 3-year-old should be able to do, carefree and without harm. I believe Camille changed this city. A 3-year-old little girl has changed the landscape of the city of Birmingham. Do you believe that? Yes. She made us stop and check ourselves. Do you understand? Check ourselves to see if we're doing everything we can to keep our children safe from harm. Check ourselves to see if we are truly the village that we promised to be. Check ourselves to see if we're living up to the expectation of tomorrow and watching over our children today the way they need to. 10 days ago, I feel that we were a very different city. Maybe we were a little bit too carefree. Maybe there's more that we could have done to watch over this little child. But today we've come face to face with the hurt, the pain, and the loss of a beautiful little spirit. Let us not take this moment for granted. Let us not take these lessons and devastation of loss for granted. I need each and every one of you here to make a commitment to this city, this state, and to this nation to be the guardians of hope of tomorrow. As Chief of Police, I feel I need to deputize every one of you here so that we all hold true to the Camille McKinney story and message. Never let our children out of our sights. Let our eyes be eyes of caring, of passion, of love and compassion for children. Let your concerns be heard and watch over them. Watch over your neighbor and watch over your neighbor's children. We will be a much better city, in a much better place, when we're able to stand together, to pray together, hold hands together, and watch over the hope and promise of tomorrow as our children live in that carefree environment that we much so need to deliver for them. And I hope every one of you took that call. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you to the entire council for being present and your strength and encouraging words. There's another part of what we wanted to do this afternoon. We thought it was very important. Part of this visual is to offer a community prayer. For this part of the program, no one is required to be here. You're not mandated to be here. But while you're here, and if you choose to stay here for this part, we wanted to make sure that various faith-based leaders had a chance to speak to, while some of us pray in our faiths, others pray in theirs. Standing before you, again, are leaders of our faith-based community in the city of Birmingham and the greater community. And I want to thank each of these faith-based leaders for being present. And there will be several faith-based leaders speaking on all of their behalf. The first will be Reverend Julie Conradi of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Birmingham, who will be followed by Minister Ashfaq Tawfiq of the Birmingham Islamic Society, followed by Rabbi Adam Wright of Temple Emmanuel, and followed by Pastor Michael McClure Jr. of the Rock Church.
say?
Say.
Yeah.